Alright, everybody, welcome back to AP Entertainment. And in a world that fuels itself off of negative reviews, rants, both of which I am not afraid to take part in when necessary, I'm thrilled today to say I got a 100% can't recommend enough positive review to give you guys. Now, before I get started, I just want to say, before I come off as being too excited about a documentary about a tragic event, obviously this is a documentary about the Boston bombings from 2013. Honestly, want to recognize the victims who are a part of the documentary. It was very powerful, and it was a very tragic day in our country. My excitement is more coming from the filmmaking angle of this documentary. I gotta be honest, a lot of Netflix documentaries I usually pass on these days, mostly because they are full of fluff. I can't tell you how many times like a 3-hour documentary has been turned into like an 8-hour miniseries, and it's just so unnecessary. Not this one. This is necessary information from the second you start until the second it ends. It's nonstop with the facts, with the drama, and it was just incredible to watch how they put this together. I think the most amazing thing is how many different perspectives they have in the documentary about what happened. We have the police perspective, we have the FBI perspective, we have teachers and friends of the two guys that did the bombing. They're interviewed. We have victims of the bombing. We have people that were at the finish line and saw this all happen. It was truly amazing to hear all of their stories. And from a footage angle, I mean, just the breakdowns they gave of how the police found the two guys that did this by using thousands of hours of cell phone and security camera footage from around the city to piece together who left these bombs at the finish line of the Boston Marathon. Obviously, I was alive when this happened, but I was in college, and I'm not going to lie. I have college fog for a lot of current events that happened while I was in college. Obviously, I knew of it. I remember watching the news coverage of it, but there were a lot of particulars that I either never knew about or definitely forgot about, especially about the shootout in Watertown. Hundreds of bullet rounds, bombs in the streets. I have no memory of that, and that was an incredible part of the documentary to watch as well. This is a 3-episode documentary. Each part is about 1 hour, and man, does it fly by. I watched all 3 hours back to back to back the other night, and it felt like an hour long. I mean, that's just how well they put this together. The editing is just spot on. Like I said, no fluff, and I really was on the edge of my seat learning about how this happened step by step by step. They take you from hour 1 until the final hour when the final suspect is caught, and it puts on screen what hour we're at in chronological order. So very well done. Can't recommend enough. So it's time for that grade, and I am happy to say this is the first ever A+ in the history of AP Entertainment. A+. Can't recommend enough. Just a fabulous job. The only people I would not recommend this to, really, I guess younger kids. I was 8 when 9/11 happened, and I remember watching the news coverage, and I handled it. So if you wanted someone that young to learn about this from a history perspective, I think that'd be fine, but I'm not a parent. Can't say for sure. Everyone's different. And then in general, if you're someone that just has trouble watching traumatic events, which I understand, probably going to be a pass for you, but even so, maybe give it a try. You might learn some things that you didn't know before. And most of the footage about the bombing itself is really in the first 30 minutes. After that, it's a lot about the investigation and the manhunt itself.